Hi, and welcome back. This is week 8, part 2 in English 1302. Today's video, I'd like to cover two topics. First of all, the second quiz, which is coming up this Thursday, and then the R2 research paper, the second research paper, which is due no later than this Sunday, October the 20th, before 11:55 p.m. Okay, the quiz. The quiz is going to cover really two main areas. First of all, literary criticism. And there are only a handful of main ones: formalism, historical criticism, feminist theory, economic theory, reader response, deconstruction, etc., etc. You've got the list. And then one of those is so important and so commonly used that we break it down into subcategories or different parts. And of course, that's formalism. So you want to know the different parts, the elements of formalism, like setting, irony, tone, antagonist, protagonist, climax, resolution, all those vocabulary words there. All of that will be on the test. In fact, that will probably be half the test. The other half will be based on questions around the short stories. There are 13 short stories this semester. Don't forget we took off Volar, we took off Flowers for Algernon, and we took off Job History. So you won't be required to, there won't be any questions over those short stories. But be sure you know authors, titles, and main ideas of the stories listed on the syllabus. Um, for example, which short story had Sammy, Lingle, and three girls wearing bikinis? A, B, C, D, or E. Which short story was written by Susan Glaspell? A, B, C, D. Who was the author of Cask of Amontillado? Which short story figured the most prominent use of an unreliable narrator? Questions like that. And of course, the best way to do that is to go back and look at the notes you took as you read each short story. Okay. um, Please don't forget, if taking an online test makes you uncomfortable, you're more than welcome to join my in-person class. We'll be taking the second quiz on Monday, October the 20, is that the 21st? Yeah, Monday, October the 21st at 7 p.m. in room 2016 on the South Plains College Lubbock downtown campus. We're on 13th Avenue Q, up on the second floor, room 2016. If you'll just bring a number 2 pencil, I'll bring a Scantron and we'll be good to go. Also, and if you choose to come to class to take the test, that's great. You can leave when it's over. But if you want to, you can stay, and we're going to introduce the next unit, which is, yay, poetry. Everybody loves poetry. All right, your research papers. In looking at the rough drafts, I noticed a very common problem. A lot of people try to cover too much ground in their thesis. Your introduction should be short, 3 or 4 sentences. The last sentence has to be the main idea. The entire paper boiled down to just one sentence. This is not a murder mystery, so go ahead and tell the reader in the thesis what the main idea is, and then kind of support it, develop it, prove it in the body paragraphs, and then remind the reader in the conclusion what your main idea was. Sum up, restate, rename, no new ideas. This is all basic essay structure from English 1301. We'll look at the two topics. What are the main reasons why college in America isn't free? Or what are the benefits of a gap year between high school and college? Now keep this in mind. I don't expect you to give me all the main reasons or all the benefits. In fact, for a paper of this length, just 2 to 4 pages, most of you will write about 3 pages, you just want one. And you can phrase it the main reason why college in America isn't free, or a common reason, or one of the unknown benefits, or one of the most overlooked benefits of a gap year. You can phrase it however you want to, but you really want to focus on just one thing and then really develop it, really explain it, really go into some detail. As you're doing your research, you want to avoid any publication which is meant for mass audience. You want to focus on college level, scholarly, academic research sources, and books and periodicals are the most common types. YouTube videos, blogs are not really very good. But remember, you don't need the whole thing. Someone was asking me in class, do we need to buy a subscription for this? Do we need to pay for that? No, you really don't. Don't forget, you only need 1 or 2 sentences from each source. You're probably only going to have four quotes if you have four body paragraphs, one quote for body paragraph, and you only have two sources. So really, you just need one or two sentences, maybe three from each source. So if you just have a summary or an introduction, maybe a sample chapter, uh, that's really all you need. So don't go paying for a lot of money for this. It's not worth it. Okay. Read over the assignment sheet carefully, especially the grading standards. And of course, you want to have short, direct quotes. Basically, a body paragraph consists of a topic sentence which says, this paragraph is about this. Then you have a quote from your source, your book, your periodical, and then three or four sentences that explain either what the quote means or how the quote supports the point that you're trying to make. Nothing fancy. Some people call it formulaic writing. I like it. I think it's easy to read, it's easy to write. So just get your point out there, make it plain, explain it clearly. You can explain it more than once if you want to. You can provide a brief history of where the gap year came from. Uh, but again, focus on just one main benefit or one main reason. You do want a works cited page. I'm fixing to post up a sample paper so you can see what one looks like. You only have two sources, but look at the sample paper. I'm also going to post a link to the Purdue OWL, which gives a really good explanation of what the MLA works cited page is and what you need and what it looks like. So if you have any questions, of course, go there. But anyway, I try to make the assignment sheet as clear as possible. If you have any questions, please let me know. But I also ask you to remember that I try to answer all my emails within about 24 hours, except on the weekends. After about lunch on Friday, I don't usually check back in until Monday morning. So if you email me a question, Saturday morning or Saturday evening, you won't get the answer until after the deadline. So get started early, work through the process. I've posted a PowerPoint on the R2 process, the series of steps in writing the R2 project, and do a good job. If you have any questions, let me know.